So, we're not in March anymore. It's April 1st, 2020. I've got funny red spots all over me. I don't know why. Red, red, and red. Maybe it's because it's cold outside and I'm now in the car. I'm always doing my blogs in the car. Yeah, I've been out gardening and shopping. It's like a full-time job now for other people, it seems. So the word on the street, with the down and outs and new ages and the paradigm shifters and the conspiracy theorists and the weirdos and the renegades and all of them, I'm not one of them, of course, is that the virus can't actually affect us. You can't get viruses. There's a lot of stuff going around on YouTube and other things, and these real science kind of bods, like some people, even doctors and like professors of science and PhD people are actually saying you can't contract a virus. You can't pass it from one being to another, and you certainly can't pass it from animal to human. So all very interesting stuff, right? And the theory behind that is, or the reason, shall we say, that's been scientifically proven, is that a cell can deteriorate on its own in a form of detoxification that the body goes through in order to create new cells. But it may do this on a mass sort of exodus in our own bodies when our body goes, oh no, there's too much toxicity happening in here. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy all these cells and make new ones and get rid of these toxins because that's the best thing to do. Makes sense, right? Does. And most viruses, if you extract them from the body and you look at them under a microscope, actually have DNA in them. That would make sense, considering it's our cell that's actually breaking down. Of course, it would have DNA in it, right? But this virus, the COVID-19, has something called RNA. Now, I don't know a lot about science. This is just what I've, been researching and being told by other scientists and people who know, is that RNA is a particular type of virus that has a fat layer on top of it. The fat layer enables it to be alive, because most viruses apparently aren't alive. Anything that's being chucked out of the body is pretty much dead. If it's a toxin that's coming out and there is virus matter, what we call a virus, it's dead. But this RNA type of virus isn't dead because of this fat layer around it that makes it live for quite a long time. Now, why is that happening, you ask? I don't know either. And why is it that fat layer is making it penetrate cells and destroy them, and our own DNA cannot recreate those cells? You see? So that's what I understand, okay? So that's what's happening with this particular virus, okay? So actually, I think when people are saying viruses can't kill us, that may well be true. A normal virus would not kill us. We can't really contract viruses. But for some reason, we can definitely contract this one. What on earth it is, we don't know. Some people believe, they've done their research or whatever, that a zoonotic disease cannot exist, that it can't jump the food chain from animal to human. Impossible. I don't know. Do I call it the food chain? What else is it called? It's a chain of events that happens. It's a chain. So yes, blogging from the car today. It kind of feels like an April Fool's joke, doesn't it? The virus doesn't exist. But no, clearly it does, and we know it does. And I came up with 6 possibilities. The first possibility is what I just said, that for some reason this RNA strange zoonotic disease has been somehow mutating between animal and human for whatever reason. That's our option 1. Our option 2 is a very radical view of biological weapon warfare. I probably talked about that before. Option 3 is it's the government wanting to control us. And they are controlling us by saying we need a vaccine, but how is everyone getting sick? That's a strange one. Could it be that everyone that's ever had a vaccine in the past may have been injected with animal type material, because of, the previous types of antidotes that have been made from cellular structure from other animals. I don't know how it works. It's confusing. Option 3 is that we are carbon-based life forms, as we know, and that we're mutating, or shall I say transforming, that's a much nicer word, into a crystalline-based life form. This is what the New Age, what I call angelic fairy beings believe, and that in order to really transmutate that process, we are not going to be able to breathe anymore, effectively. Okay, the fourth option is aliens. Aliens have sent down some kind of like cosmic dust that's killing us. Is that 4? I know I had 2 more. I can't remember them now. There was a few more, but I think maybe I've forgotten them already. They may come later. But yes, so, I guess, I'm on day 12 or something of this lockdown strangeness, where there's been very little social contact, so the social distancing thing. We're almost getting to the point where, there's no real human contact that much, because even if I see somebody, they only want to speak to me for a very brief time through a closed door or window, or at a very big distance, and it just feels weird. And then, of course, I'm having too much contact with 1 or 2 particular people, my partner, and my neighbour that lives next door, who, we're both convinced, who is fine, as in, well, I'm fine, we're well. And we're both convinced that it's okay. We can talk to each other because we've been kind of not seeing anyone anyway, and we don't have any symptoms. So, I think that's kind of unhealthy to spend too much time with only a very select amount of people, like in my case 2 or 3, and then hardly anyone else. The diversity is gone. But what else is going on? It's great not having anything on the streets because I can drive places really quickly. That's a positive. Shops are pretty empty, but people glare at you when you're wearing a mask. Oh, and they also think like, why am I not wearing a mask? Should I be wearing a mask? You can see it in their face. I've got the gloves on, but I'm not wearing a mask in the car. If I do go out and I interact, I just put the mask on because I think actually stops me from touching my face, stops other people coming close to me. I haven't had anyone around me coughing or sneezing. So, I don't know, it's just another day in paradise, right? Or some kind of weird dystopian reality. Depends on how you want to look at it. I've been doing some yoga. The yoga online has been great. Saying the mantras, getting the fresh air, being outdoors, take the doggy out, focusing on what I want to do, reading stuff I wouldn't have time to read. I can have some time to do all kinds of things now. So I can't complain. I will come back with the other 2 options that it could be at some point in the future. These are just all the crazy things. Oh, of course, sorry, I forgot. It's 5G. There's the option 5. It's 5G. It's all the electromagnetic crap in the air. It's killing people. There's that one as well. The 6th one, who knows? It probably isn't a 6th one. But, I'm pretty sure that something's going to pop out of the ether. There's so many of these things going around the internet. I think it was an act of terrorism or something. But then that's the biological warfare, so that goes in with that one. I can't quite remember. I'm trying to remember what option 6 was. It's in the food chain? I don't know. Someone said something weird about that too. Who knows? Yeah? Who really knows anything? All we do know is that we're in this strange, bewildered world right now. I'm feeling more grounded now, actually. I'm thinking April's going to be really positive for me. Lots of health and activity and goodness and wholesomeness. Trying to live my more authentic life. The vegetables will go in the ground soon. Little seedlings popping up. Spring is here. Even though it's about 8 degrees, it's here. Okay, bye.